Yo, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, nothing. Just cleaning out the side pockets of my my bag. Yeah.
Yeah, but is all of that really necessary?
Do you not carry extra stuff in your bag?
Nah, man, I only try to carry the essentials.
Huh? You don't think this is essential? Howdy YouTube fam. There are many things that are essential to a good disc golf bag, and the most important one is probably discs. But if you didn't have discs in your bag, what would be the most essential or most used accessories or items in your bag? And I want to take just a few minutes to show you guys what are my most used accessories and extra items that are in my bag. So with that in mind, let's jump on in. The first two are pretty common, and most people are going to tell you they're essential to the bag because honestly they just are, and that is water bottles and towels. I'm always going to have a towel nearby, so that way if my disc gets a little wet or gets a little muddy, I can wipe it off. And water's essential because sometimes you're hiking around the course and you need that extra bit of get up, that extra oomph, so that you can stay hydrated and ready to go. My goal when I play a round of disc golf is that I actually try to drink one whole Nalgene per round. This is what I use. I love my Nalgenes. They fit in most everything and they're pretty indestructible. So the second essential item in my bag, or I guess really the third, is mini markers. Now, why do I have 6 mini markers in my bag? Well, hold on. 5 mini markers in my bag. I have these mini markers in my bag because minis are not only essential if you plan on playing a tournament, you're gonna have a mini to mark your disc. That way you can know where your lie is, and once again, it's PDGA sanctioned, or it's a part of the PGA rules. So you're gonna have a mini if you plan on competing in a tournament. But I also like having multiple minis so that when I'm doing putting practice, warming up around the basket, getting ready for my round, I can set the minis in different places around the basket and have almost little putting stations set up so that I can get really warmed up for the round with different putts. I carry a whole lot of minis, but I really enjoy these Airwolf Athletic minis that we partnered with AGL discs. They're little acorns, because these not only function to mark your disc, but you might say, oh, that's a tad bit small there, Robbie. It is a mini, some might say. But if you have a drink with you, like a can, while you're in the round, next thing you know, all you take is this Airwolf mini, and boop, you can top your drinks with it, and no water coming out of those. The next and most used items in my bag for accessories are pens and pencils, and actually Sharpies as well. Here's why you need these. If you've ever participated in a league round or you find yourself having to keep a physical scorecard, you're probably gonna hear something like this almost every single time.
Yeah, I'll keep score, but does anyone have a pencil I can borrow? Anyone?
So a pen or pencil are gonna work really well for that. But if you happen to be playing with those really lucky players or good players, it could be either, you might hear this phrase pretty often as well.
Bro, no way! I got another ace! Oh my gosh, do you want to sign it? Wait a minute, I don't have a Sharpie. Do you have a Sharpie?
The next accessory that I use quite a bit is my chalk bag. Now, I use a chalk bag because I live in the South, and so it's really humid out here. And so for those of you that are working in really hot areas or playing in hot areas, and you find your hands get a bit sweaty, you'll see pros kind of rub their hands on the ground, but sometimes there isn't always good dirt to use. I like to use this chalk bag and dry my hands off, get them nice and smooth. That way I can release the disc, especially when I'm gonna be putting. I like to use this so that it comes out of my hand nice and smooth rather than getting stuck. Chalk bags, fantastic. I use my Airwolf Athletics chalk bag the most. It's fantastic. Now this next piece is a luxury item, I would say. You don't need it necessarily, but you might find yourself in a situation like this while you're out on the course. And that's why I really love having a knee pad. You see, my knee pad fits directly into my disc, and you just pop it out. Next thing you know, you have some comfort while you're throwing your shots rather than hurting your knee while you're leaning on the ground. So This little knee pad works out really well. It travels really well. It's really soft, honestly. And it gives me less distractions while I'm throwing those uncomfortable lean out shots. So I'm a huge fan of this knee pad and absolutely a game changer for me. My next accessory that I love to use is my flight towel. Now, if you're familiar with the towel drill, you know that in order to sort of feel the snap of a good drive, if you just hold a towel by the corner and you do your throw like normal, if you hear a pop, you actually know that you're kind of getting the snap that you need out of a disc. Flightowel took it a step further, and so they have these beautiful towels that are super soft, microfiber towels that have these little pockets on them that kind of help create that resistance when you want to practice your stroke, but you want some resistance added to it. They also take real discs and cut them into pieces. They use all of the disc for these fobs, but the fobs are shaped after real discs. So you can get a Wraith, you can get a Raider, you can get a Zeus, whatever kind of fob you want to have. And so you get that fob, and I use this for a warm-up routine before I'm going to be throwing any drives. And also, if during my round I get a little bit off, or I feel like my drive isn't necessarily popping like it should, or my throws aren't, I'm going to pull my flight towel back out during the round and actually give it a few pops just to make sure that I'm feeling nice and smooth with my throw. So flight towel, it also serves as an extra towel in your bag, but I use this for a great training tool and accuracy tool. Last but not least, and I know I'm gonna get some flack for this, but I actually really love a Bushnell rangefinder. My father-in-law had this and wasn't using it anymore and asked if I wanted it, and I was like, yeah, definitely want that. And here's why this is good, because you find yourselves in layup situations like this.
Feels like it's gonna be 200. Yeah, here we go. No.
But if you're familiar with your discs and how far you can throw them, having a rangefinder in your bag lets you know exactly what you're throwing to, so that when you throw your upshot or you throw your shot, you can park it right next to the basket, because you know how far you're throwing with the simple gun of a button. Not only do I use this every round, but when people know that I have one in my bag, I've actually had people ask if I could gun it for them. That way they know what they're throwing. There's so much power in just having the knowledge of how far out you are. Now, those are just a few of the accessories that I use. Now, obviously, I have other things in my bag because I have the blessing of having been given a grip bag. So I have these huge side pockets that I can hold all of these things in. And you may say,
well, Robbie, it's great that you have those huge side pockets because you get to hold all of that stuff.
but I want to show you guys something that's really cool about all of these essential accessories for me, and that is with just switching to my wife's bag. You see, my wife's trooper bag, which I'm pretty sure costs less than $40, can hold all of the essentials. It's not about having these massive pockets, it's about picking the right things. You see, as you can see, I've got my extra towel, I've got all my essentials in there, and I haven't even used this side pocket yet, so I can put my cell phone in there, my car keys, my wallet, whatever extra things I have. I have things that I like to use during the round that other people don't like to use, but like I said, these are essential for me. So let me know in the comments below, what are essential disc golf accessories that you carry in your bag, and what would you recommend for others? Everything that I mentioned here, you'll find a link for it in the description, so check it out. And if you head over to airwolfathletics.com to buy the chalk bags or the towel or the mini markers, you can use the code rcdiscgolf and get 10% off of your order, because I'm just out here trying to get you guys some dope stuff to help your disc golf game go to the next level. Thanks for stopping by. New content here on the channel every Thursday. Can't wait to see you guys again next week, but for now, I'm gonna leave you with the birdie.